Hello and welcome to this Pilates session with little hand weights. I've got some 1K weights here, but you can use 0.5s if you want and a little bit heavier if you think you can handle a bit more. I would suggest starting with the 0.5 or the 1 to start with those. So feet hip width apart, lift and separate your toes, push down a little bit through your big toes, and then bend your knees slightly, tucking the bottom under, using these abdominals to just tuck the bottom under, open out through the chest, drop the ribs down, tuck the chin, and then we're just taking the arms out to the side here. Okay? Out to the side, lift, elbows in and together. Good work. Stretching out, elbows in and together. Tucking the bottom under. Good. Thinking about contracting through that pelvic floor. That tightens the deep abdominals, that corset muscle that runs around, supporting your spine. Good stuff. Stretching out each time. So you should feel a bit of a stretch through the front of the chest, through the arms. Good. Keep the shoulders dropped. Great work. We're just going to rotate. There. Gives me a chance to look at the beautiful view behind me. Rotate. Good. Keeping the hips fixed forwards. Think about headlights pointing forwards on the front of the hips. Rotate. Back. Elbows back together again. Keep the shoulders down the whole time. Remember, just rotating round through the thoracic spine. Bra strap level. Keep those abs tight to keep the hips pointing forwards. Make sure they're soft. And make sure you're just working gently through the feet a little bit there. Back and in. Excellent. Good work. Okay, and back together again. We're just going to do some triceps here. So you need to drop through the heels, tuck the bottom under, drop through the shoulders, bend and straighten. I just suggest bringing the weights together here. Do the triceps. Important thing is that you keep those ribs locked down, scooping in through the tummy. Keep the shoulders down and keep the head up in line with the chin tucked. Always thinking about that posture throughout this. So just working those triceps slightly, straighten out through the elbows as far as you can each time. Good stuff. Good. 5 more. Got to do quite a few of these triceps ones. 2, 3, 4. Be careful of the hair. Brilliant. Just turning to the side. Good. One side. Feet spread across your mat and feet width of the mat, or just a little bit narrower actually. Just doing triceps as we squat down into that split squat. So just trying to keep those hips pointing forwards. Bending the elbows as you go. Good work. Keep strong up on that back toe. Keep the knee heading down to the floor each time. Squatting down. Keeping the chin tucked long through the back of the neck. Keep the chest open. Working nicely through the feet. Those thighs should be burning a little bit now. Squeezing through the biceps. Okay. Okay, round to the other side. Just straighten out the mat there. Everything pointing forwards. And then just bending the elbows and heading that knee down to the floor. Just admiring the view. Okay, whoop. Make sure you don't fall over like me. All right, just bending the knees, squeezing those biceps, heading that back knee down to the floor, pulling up high on the back foot. Just notice my heel on the back foot is high. The knee heads down to the floor. You keep your body upright and stop there. All right, come to one end of the mat. Tuck your chin, curling down, hang down at the bottom. Good, and bending each knee one at a time. Let the head and shoulders go heavy. Okay, stretching one arm up out to the side, rotating through that chest again. Works on the stability of that shoulder too. Come back down, let the other arm hang or on the floor, stretching the other arm up, rotating through that chest. Good, back down to the floor, walk those hands forwards. And then we're just coming down to the hands and the knees. So you can have your hands on the weights or
You can choose to leave the weights for now and just have the hands flat on the floor. Depends how big the weights are as well, to see if you can actually weight bear through them. So we're just setting the lower back there. Make sure it's flat, not arched. Brilliant. And we're just scooping and straightening out one arm and one leg. Slide the leg along the floor behind you, slide the arm up in front of you as well. Good, we're trying to keep that back flat. Notice that my back is a nice flat position. Draw in through those lower abs, using your pelvic floor. That leg doesn't come any higher than the hip as well. Keeping the chin tucked. Again, remember you can have your hands flat on the floor. Keeping the elbow straight though, keeping the knee straight, trying to use the glutes as we straighten out through that leg. Good, keep using the abdominals as well. Really important to keep those deep abdominals switched on. So we're using the muscles around the shoulder blades, using the glute muscles, all of that really important. Point the toe out behind you. Good work, keeping that chin tucked, keep focusing on just in front of where the hands are on the floor. Brilliant. So stop there. We're just going to come down onto our backs, rolling down.
We're just going to start with some crunches. If you put your hands behind your back, behind your head, forget the weights to start with, but I just want to get this crunch technique right. Elbows wide, tuck the chin, open through the chest, keeping those ribs down, and keep that little arch in the back all the way through the time that we're doing the crunches. So we're going to crunch, draw the ribs down at the front, but also drawing down at the back as well at the same time here. So 2 springs on the front, 2 springs on the back, leading with the ribs, drawing the ribs down. Okay, so let's just do 20 crunches to start with, just to get that technique right. 4, 5, drawing in through that lower tummy. 6, there's your 10. Keep those shoulders drawn down, keep drawing down at the back as well as the front. 4, keep opening the lower tummy. 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Coming down with the head and shoulders, grasp those weights again, have them up in front of you, and we're going to bring the legs up one at a time as well. The right leg comes to tabletop, draw those ribs down, draw up the left. Okay, and we're just going to be straightening out opposite arm and leg. So straighten out and come back up, draw those ribs down the whole time. Really focusing on this exercise. Point the toes if you want to. If you're a runner, you might want to have the heels leading, bringing the toes up. That's important for your running. Good. Keep drawing in through that lower tummy. Resist the urge to pull the knee in towards the chest. Have that leg coming as low as you like. If you want to work that a little bit harder, come down towards the floor. A little bit easier, stretching out as if you're pressing a button on the far wall. Castle wall in this case. Good. But however you do it nice and controlled. Maintain that little arch in the lower back. Keep thinking about the pelvic floor working, because that taps into those deep abdominals, which work like a corset. To draw around the lower spine to support it. Keeping those shoulders down away from the ears and the chin tucked. Good. Let's do a set of hundreds with those legs up, bringing the arms and pulsing the hands up and down. It's got to be slow hundreds because you've got the weights in your hands here. So pulsing those up and down, drawing in through that tummy. Good work. You'll find that little bit of pressure down through the pelvic floor. You've got to keep that tight the whole time as you go. Put one hand behind the head, stretch out the same leg,
And up and down with the other arm. Strong through the arm.
In through your tummy. Good, trying to keep that little arch through the lower. And try and keep that leg locked out straight. 10 more. Good, we're going to swap sides and do the other one. Going to feel this through the whole body, just not through the abs. Not just through the abs. Keep those thighs tight. Keep the arms strong. This elbow wide. I've got my fingertips on the back of my head there. Just supporting it. Last 10. Brilliant. Both legs back up to tabletop. You can pause this at any time and you can bring the legs down and do the same exercise, but if you are wanting to work harder, keep those both legs up. So we're going to come up above the head, scoop round and up. Up above the head, scoop round. That little arch in the back the whole time. Straight up, scoop. Brilliant. Coming up into a crunch each time. 3. You can breathe with it. You can breathe out as you come up. In as you go down. Out as you come up. Try and keep scooping in that lower tummy. Keep working through the pelvic floor. Good. And for 5, we're going to straighten out both legs. So straighten, scoop in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a little bit of a rest, one leg down at a time. Good work. Okay. Then we're going to bring both legs up to tabletop again, of course. Put the weights on your knees here. And what I want you to do, I'm going to put both weights on the left knee, straighten out that right leg. Straighten. Straighten, so we're just pushing through this left knee with the weights in our hands. Keep the chest open, the chin tucked, shoulders down away from the ears, drawing in through that lower tummy. Good, 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then swap sides. We can keep the head and shoulders down for this one. It gives a little bit of a different pressure on through those abs. Sometimes a little bit harder. When you crunch, you bring in the bigger abdominals. When you don't crunch, the deeper abdominals will work that little bit more. Good. 5 more. 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Weights up in front of you, knees and toes together. We're just taking the legs to the side, so this is going to be really difficult to keep your balance. The weights are up in front of you. You can only take the legs so far out to the side. So using those abdominals to stabilize you. Take them out to the side, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Taking the legs over, knees and toes over to the side, picking up the hip, drawing the hip down. Pick up the hip, draw the hip down, keeping that chin tucked. Good. Keep breathing. Nice and relaxed with the breathing. Good. Really makes you use those abdominals, having the weights up in front of you here. If you've done this exercise before, you'll realize that quite quickly. Good. 1 more each side. We're going to take the legs over to the right. We're going to have the left arm up above the head. We're going to be crunching with the right. Oh, no, crunching with the left. Good. Let me start that again. Legs over to the right. Right arm behind the head. And then we're crunching with the left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to swap sides and crunch with the right. 2, keeping the legs over to the left. 4. Okay, let's start that one again. We're going to take the legs over to the right. We're going to have the left arm behind the head, and the right is going to be crunching and pulling over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw in the tummy. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 5, stretching that left leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Arms back out in front. Take the legs over to the left. Right arm behind the head. And left arm crunching. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. Straightening out that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. All right, weights. We're going to have the legs out straight. We're going to do some teasers, which I don't use very much. I'm going to bring the arms up straight in front. I'm going to draw in through the tummy. And curl up, just pushing up with the arms, and then curling back down again, one vertebra at a time. This can be done with the knees bent. It's a very tough exercise here. Curling up and curling back down again. Good work. Peeling up one vertebra at a time. Draw really tight in through the tummy as you peel up, and as you peel back down again. Good stuff. Stretching up through the arms each time. Keep the legs strong. Keep the legs pinned together. Peeling up, stretching up with the arms, opening out through the chest, and curling back down again. The head goes down each time. Peeling back up, curling back down. Good, keeping those arms in the same position. Great for shoulder stability as well. Brilliant work. A really good ab burner here. Peeling back down, try and control it. So it's one vertebra up at a time and then back down. Okay, so on to the next exercise. Shuffle the bottom back, knees about 45 degrees, arms out straight, and we're just curling back. The lower back goes into a C shape, scooping in the tummy as you go, and then coming up tall on the sitting bones. Rock back off the sitting bones, curl back, and then come back up tall again. Curling back and come back up tall. Every time you come up tall, you open out the chest. Now let's add the arms in. Really difficult. This one just throws you off point a little bit. So bringing the arms up above the head each time that you curl back and sit back off the sitting bones, bringing the arms up above the head as you curl back, straighten out through the legs, and then we're curling back and opening out through the arms this time. So you're doing the same exercise, peeling up tall, tucking under, curling back, opening out through the chest each time. Wide arms, weight still in the hands. Good, tucking under, scooping back. And then this time we're rotating, so stay back now, rotate to the side, straight arms, rotating out to the side. Good. Okay, keep back in that stable position, rotating the arms round one at a time, and then come forward and stretch it off. All right, good stuff. Now, coming onto the side. Okay, onto the side, feet in line, tuck the bottom hip back, bottom under, tummy in, weight on the knee, stretching the arm down that leg as far as you can, and we're going to be lifting that top knee. Just prop the weight onto the knee, stretch the fingertips down as far as you can. Good work. Okay, so you should be feeling it on the outside of that hip, not down through the thigh, not the outer thigh, not the inner thigh, and definitely it's normal to feel it on the bottom hip as well. This weight should be intensifying that movement. Keep drawing in through that lower tummy. Keep your head propped, feet up to hip height, and go again. Continue with that same movement. Weight on that IT band, you can roll it up and down a little bit as you go. Just releases the outside of that thigh there a little bit. In through that tummy, keep feeling like you're rocking forwards a little bit there. And then just for the last 10, coming up onto that elbow. 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Other side. Assume in that same position, tuck that bottom hip back, bottom under, tummy in, feet in line, and lifting that top knee. Good work. Scooping in through your tummy. Hope you guys are doing this somewhere just as nice as me. This is how I spend my holidays, by the way. I did just have a mojito before I started this, so if none of it makes any sense, you can just let me know. Feet up. And carry on. Keep lifting that top knee, weight on the knee, scooping in through that lower tummy. 3, 4, 5, and then coming up onto that elbow. Keep that weight on your knee. And last 10 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, fantastic. So there you go. There's your Pilates session with hand weights. Do a little bit of stretching now if you'd like to. And hopefully you can follow my other workouts on my channel if you want something a little bit more higher impact. I've done my HIIT Pilates workouts. A few of them also filmed here, a few of them also with the hand weight. workouts. So hopefully you can subscribe to my channel, click like for this workout if you like it, and just definitely give me a little comment in the comment box.
So just coming onto the hands and knees, tuck the toes under at the back, stretch your bottom straighter.
Good.
Then curl your way up.
Pull the shoulders a couple of times and enjoy the rest of your day.